Well, it's that time. Tax return top Tuesday. We did a little smaller version 2 weeks ago. Didn't have as many tops. Did it in the small room. But here we are on actual tax day. Pretty amazing to be able to do something special for you guys. Special pricing on these tops. You get to actually have a template put on your top, stenciled out, held up, and you get to claim that top. I do want to do something before we kick this off and remember the great Alan Holdsworth. He passed away actually on April 15th. Gosh, that would have been, I want to say it was 2018?
I think it was 2017.
17 yeah. Or 18. I remembered we were in this building not very long, so 17 makes sense. Alan is, was such a dear friend to us and an amazing, legendary player that forever changed this landscape of the guitar playing community in so many ways that is just mind-blowing. From jazz infusion to, you look at like Frederick from Meshuggah. I mean, totally inspired by him. So pretty amazing. So my heart goes out to the family. Gone but not forgotten. So without further ado, let's kick this. Pick your top live. And I'm already seeing one of my guys walking up. Flock, what top do we got? So real quick, you guys have seen these. They're on our story on Instagram. I'm going to run through them, but I'm going to get interrupted as I'm running through them. So you have to call in 858 Guitars and say, hey, I want this top. My guys are going to come in here. They're going to claim the top for you. You are going to miss out if you hesitate. You will miss out. Flock, what top is already gone?
TTQT.
TTQT.
Yeah.
Oh, this was probably one of the best deals.
I think so.
Look at that. $200 top, quilt. So amazing. And gone like that. What guitar, what model are we doing?
DC600.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. DC600. I came equipped today, so I got a couple little surprises for you guys. Some pretty basic things, but I think you'll be stoked on. One, I changed the color up to red, and I did that because red shows up good on the maple tops, and it also shows good on the dark tops. All right, so we got a DC600. Who's this for?
Matthew Heimel. Heimel.
You know what I did forget?
What?
I forgot the wheel.
We did forget about the wheel.
Yeah. We probably should grab the wheel. Is it still in the room? Do we still have the wheel?
It's on the aisle, but I think it still has all the same stuff.
Let's grab it. Fuck it, let's do the wheel.
Yeah, grab
Yeah,
it.
so I need to spin the wheel here. So Flock sold this one.
Between the main walkway and Jeremy's office.
All right, so I'm gonna set this top here. Matthew, I'm gonna hold it up in a second. I'm gonna wait until I can spin the wheel for you. I intended on doing it and I forgot. Keith is here for the top. Which top you got, Keith?
I got the $200 Buckeye TTH BE1.
TTH BE1, and what model is that?
026.
026. All right. This is actually going to work even better on even the creamy ones like the Buckeye, this new red color. Okay, so we got 026, and who's that for, Keith?
Chris Parfit, P-A-R-F-I-T-T.
F-I-T-T. And we're just waiting 1 second, Keith. Sorry for the wheel. Yeah, sorry. So if you guys are trying to call in, stay patient, be on hold, get through to my guys, 858 Guitars, to grab one of these exact tops. That's how the process works. If you already have a build in the works, as much as we appreciate you and that you did do a build already, you cannot grab one of these tops for an existing build. So if you're on hold trying to grab one of these tops for something you've already put an order in for, that's not going to work. That's not going to happen. So I want to save you the trouble of waiting on hold. This is for new builds. You have to have your specs in. We don't sell the tops for another day. It doesn't work like that. So you'll have to kind of sit tight on that one. Flock, do you have another one?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so I'm going to stack these up in order, and then I'm just going to go through and wheel them. Flock, what top do you have?
The K quilt.
Oh.
TTKQT.
Wow.
No.
What are we doing this on? What model?
It's going to be another DC.
Another DC?
Yeah, for Nick Kemp, our
Nick.
It's gonna be a candy finish.
Ooh,
How cool is that?
Nick, this is going to look absolutely stunning. I'm actually going to push it up a little higher because it's candy. Originally, I was going to go lower with it, but I really want to show off some of the whiter pocketing to really make that candy pop. Thanks, Jesse. You said it's a 600?
Yeah.
Not that it matters, it's the same body template, but DC 600 for Nick Kemp. We're also doing the matching head plate for free, and we are doing international shipping at half off. Okay, so this is Flacco. All right, so let's spin for the first one. Let's get Matthew. All right, and so we have a 10% off, a factory tour, and a 20% off. Those are only singular. They're tape. We'll remove them, and it's over. Okay, so we got oh, it's not April Fool's. Fuck, way to go, guys. You didn't think
We're
about
in a
that.
marker.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it. So nothing. Sorry, a big goose egg. We didn't pull it off, but I guess we have 2 spots on there that have nothing. So here's your top, nevertheless. Beautiful. Look at that chatoyance. And the red should be coming up pretty good on the screen. Guys, is it good?
Yeah.
Not as good as the gray, but still probably better overall.
Other ones over there, green and blue.
What's that? Yeah, I can't use blue because the shop uses blue, and green doesn't show up on the darker ones. I've already tried all that, son. All right, so we got Chris Parfit. Let's see what you got. Keep in mind there are April Fool's ones in there. I guess the joke is on us since it's not. Okay, we got free shipping.
Oh.
So Chris Parfit, we got free shipping.
I got another one.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me get these guys that already got them traced out. Let me get them sorted. So thank you, Chris. It's a beautiful one. And we got one more. Let me spin it real quick, and then I'll get you, Keith. So Nick Kemp.
Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick.
Oh my gosh, right on it, 10% off.
Oh, dude.
Nick Kemp is like just shit his pants. He's like, oh my gosh, I just got 10% off. Nobody even knew we were doing the wheel, so 10% off. And Nick, if you want to add any options, we can extend that. You just can't add any more models. So the 10% off went to Nick Kemp. Amazing. He is jumping up and down in his chair. Nick, we want to see a video of you jumping up and down.
Hey, when you get the
Come on,
good
man.
quilt, that's what happens, right?
What's that?
You get the good quilt.
That's right. Hey, I'm stoked on that. Okay, Keith, what do we got? And let me hold this up for Nick. 10% off the entire order.
Wow.
And look at that. That is amazing. So I pushed it up further because this area here is really going to show off that candy. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Keith, what top?
Let's see. We got 5/8 crotch burl. It's TT5CB.
Right here. And Zach thought I needed a step stool. All right, and what model are we doing, Keith?
PB4.
Oh, shoot. I know I don't have that template. I already know for a fact I don't have that one here. Maybe they can page and I can put it off to the side and someone can bring it up. Chelsea, do you mind paging and have them bring me up a PB4 or 5? What was it?
PB4.
PB4. Yeah, PB4. Just have Ed bring it to the front. Bring it to you, not through the back here. And who's that for, Keith?
Neeraj, Neeraj.
Okay.
Kasbekar, Kasbekar.
All right. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin it, see what Neeraj gets. Okay, free shipping. And I will lay this out momentarily. So I'm going to put that off to the side.
In the meantime, I got one from Chris.
You got one from Chris. Okay,
Yeah.
What top, Brandon?
It's TTFK.
TTFK. Wow, this is such a sexy one. I haven't even shown off a top yet. I haven't even got one top yet. So if you guys are watching this, what do we got? What model is it?
It's a V220.
V220. All right. I actually brought those. We had a decent amount of people asking. I got to put my glasses on for the ones that are solid colored. the templates, they're not translucent, so it's hard for me to see the line to get it perfect. And I gotta move this guy up. And the cool thing about this particular model on this particular top is you are gonna have a lot of koa, my friend. And let's see how this shows up. I was trying different colors today. I hope it shows up decent. Trying different colored lead today to really try to show off some of the darker tops. Okay, and then who is that for?
First name is Jeremy. Last name Osborne. Osburn.
Okay. It's hard to see. Let's spin the wheel. Find out what he's winning. All right, and we got a free logo upgrade. All right, it is still hard to see, I'm not gonna lie, but it's better than pencil lead, like gray. Look how amazing that is, and it just fits. It's right down there and right up here. I mean, it is like every ounce of this top is being used by that sexy V220. Okay, did we get the template? Oh, thank you. Okay, let's do the template for Niraj. Okay. Oh, that's gonna look so good. So I got it centered for you, Niraj, where it's very crotched, right in the dead center of the model. Granted, you have the pick guard, so you're not gonna be able to really see that it's all stemming from there, but it'll still look, I feel like, the best, regardless of with or without a pick guard. So there is the PB4 on there. Look at that. That's gonna be amazing. I don't know what colors you're looking at, but blues always look really good because it has like a watery look, like maybe an Aqua Burst or Aqua Cali. Do we have more tops?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez, okay. Okay, so if you guys are watching this, these things are selling. Who's up? Oh, Chelsea was first. Okay, what top do we have? CQ1, TTCQ1, right here. These tops are super cool. I have another one, so if your heart just sank, I have one just like it right behind me. It's from the same billet. All right, and what model are we doing, Chelsea?
Akira 6.
All right. Yeah. You know what? I don't know if my Kira template, if I left it on my table back there.
You want me to check?
Yeah, I don't think I have my Kira template.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in, you know what, Chelsea, I think I actually do. I'm sorry, I was looking at headlesses. I have it right here. I was in Costa Rica, and I just got back. It was an amazing trip. Had a lot of fun. Okay, so we got a Kira. Is it a 6 or a 7? Okay, 6. All right. And who's that for?
For Mike Silver.
All right, and let's see what we got. We got free fretboard upgrade. The only one it excludes is Pale Moon.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, super nice. $200 top. Pretty amazing. All right, Flock, you've been waiting patient for the first time in your life.
Yeah. Well, on that note, dude, grab me that dope walnut right there, the 7.
Walnut. We only have one walnut. So.
Give it to me.
All right, and what model?
Ultra V.
Ultra V.
Yeah. My boy David Welch.
Okay.
He got in on the last one 2 weeks ago.
And I'm going to have to cut this in the back just to get the correct angle. I'll show David. So I'll take this thing into the shop, and then I will angle it so that we can get the length that we need out of it so it'll fit. So David, I'm going to follow up with the board all cut so it'll fit the Ultra V. Flock will send you a photo. But in the meantime, let's put all the info here and see what you won.
That'll look cool too.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Perfect for a V.
Free neck upgrade. That means you're going up one spot. So if you buy, you can get any single piece excluding a flame maple, or you can go from a, like if you bought like a walnut neck, you can go to a 3-piece, you buy a 3-piece, you go to a 5, you buy a 5, you go to a 7. So we got a free neck upgrade.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, not that you need any help, but I think something like a walnut, maybe with maple stripes would be really cool. Even a 3-piece walnut with roasted would be really cool, maybe a roasted body. We'll get back to you. Oh, we can't do roasted, sorry, because of the neck through. I'll get back to you on the sketch out. So I'm gonna put this aside because I gotta jump on that right after we're done. Keith, you got one for me?
Yeah, TTBF.
TTBF right here. Oh, the Flame Buckeye. And what model?
Osiris 6,
06.
standard grade.
You mean a 26?
What's that?
You mean 026?
026.
026. Yeah, the 06 is Gonzo. That ship has sailed. 026. And who's this for?
It's for Andres Young, J-U-N-G.
Okay. Yeah, the red looks great on Buckeye and really pops out. We're just having so much trouble with people being able to see the graphite color. Okay, and let's see what you got. Free shipping. All right, there we go. Look at that beautiful flame in there. Got a lot of nice flame in that one. It's a beautiful top. All right, do I finally have a second? I don't see, the vultures are not in here right now. Okay, I'm gonna show off the tops, but first I wanna show you guys something. Maybe you're watching, you're like, I don't really want one of those tops. You guys might have seen this. We did kind of show it off a little bit. What this is an A2 rounded body main and small bevel delete. This is a new option in the custom shop. You can actually go on the builder and build one of these. What I wanted to do with our most popular model was be a little more diverse for you guys. Currently with a regular Aries, the full-size normal Aries, you could get bevel or bevel delete. I wanted to go a step further, keep this little horn in here for the access and a little bit of an artsy detail, but then go rounded body all the way around the perimeter. We ended up putting, this one doesn't have it, this has a small arm bend. We ended up putting our K-series arm bend on there, which I have an example down there I'll pull up in a second. And the cool thing about this small round allows you to get the wood binding effect if you want that. You can either get it natural wood or the deeped binding look wood. On the back, we carried that same small round all the way around. I think it's a really neat option to add some more versatility to our most popular model. So maybe you don't want it as aggressive with the large bevel there. You have an option now. We're gonna do a limited time, free rounded body upgrade. It's no charge. It's not gonna be the case at some point, because what happens with these really aggressive arm bends, let me show you this wood example down here. You can see how aggressive that is and how thin the body gets. It's very comfortable. So not only is the arm slope matching the K-series as far as the exact rotation, it's also in the same angle, right? So that perfect comfort that is found on our K-series, which arguably are our most comfortable guitar. We're now offering that on our A2 guitar or bass. Bass players are giving you some love. If you wanted to grab one of these two guitars, you got $2,500 for that 5A Poplar Burl or $2,000 for this 7-string multi-scale Richlight board. You can call the guys. They have all the options on these. They feature the dual jack. They have the new radius neck heel, our new necks, everything that you know and love from the 2025 lineup. So I'm going to move on and show off these tops. I just wanted to do a little housekeeping and show off that, and that's what that's all about. All right, so let's start with, I'm going to start with the most expensive first. So I'm going to go opposite of normal. All right, Pale Moon Ebony. Got a beautiful pale moon top. And then we can put this on any of our non-extreme shape headless guitars or our single cut guitars. So like you take like a Cura, it's a perfect example. This is an amazing top. Normally when people call up and they want pale moon, we're $1,500, $800 grabs this top. I only have one. All right. I can start condensing just about. Can I move everything down one row so that my tall son is not concerned with me reaching? Zach's like getting the ladder out for me. I'm going to just shuffle these, sorry. We're going to go through it here real fast. It'll be easier for me in the long run. All right, $300. These are all $300 tops. So over here, and I'm just about able to be on 2 rows. A couple more phone calls and we'll be down to 2 rows. It's probably one of my favorite tops of the bunch. All right, and one last one. Okay, here we go. All right, so next one up, check this out. It doesn't get much better than this. That's why it's a K top. So, oh, we got someone here. Okay, so this is master grade and then some. I've come up with my own thing. It's called a K top. Of course, it means a Kiesel top. No one else in the industry uses that, I would hope. If they did, I guess that'd be kind of flattering. But K-top means it's master grade and then some. There's something extra, there's something special that I'm putting aside saying, hey, you don't see this at all. Like super, super rare. And that's all the pattern in here. And the pattern is actually burled maple within the spalt. It's got some of the chocolate in there. It's got a lot of black lines. There's a lot of figuring going on. Keith, what top do you have?
We have TT7SM.
Oh, okay. We got the other spalt. I just had that one up. TT7SM. And what model are we doing that on?
We're doing that on an A6H.
A6H. All right, where are you? Okay. Beautiful. Oh, that's going to be super nice. And who's that for?
Adam Lally, Lally.
Okay. We'll get a wheel spun here in just a second. All right, let's see what Adam won. Show this off a little bit here. April Fool's, sorry buddy, you didn't get anything, but you got a really, really sick top. Beautiful top. I love all the lines going on. And again, just, you have almost these horizontal lines that are just breaking the top up into different sections. It's going to look beautiful. Thank you so much. All right. And let me keep going through these. So we got this guy now. I haven't shown off. This is a K-series Poplar Burl. Again, kind of like the other top, it's just extra. And why I bumped this one up to the K-series is because, or K-top is because it's got all this quilting going on in there, and it just has the right amount of burls. Sometimes less is a little more, especially if you want some coloration going on. This is going to do very well with, you can do the traditional where you do like a black burst, trans black burst on it. That looks amazing. But if you want any color, this is going to be the top for you for Poplar Burl. Super rare to get them this nice. Brandon, we got some questions at all?
We do have a few questions.
Okay. So I got through the top row. All right, we'll do questions. I'll get through the middle row, questions, and then bottom row.
All right, first one is from Louis Durfus. He's asking if he could do raw tone on that spalted maple you just showed, the K-top.
What's up, buddy? I'm very uncomfortable doing raw tone on spalted maple. It's really to protect you and also us, right? We're standing behind it, and it really needs a layer of primer on it to kind of have a shell, right? That wood is very soft. It's going to dent easy. You can even scratch it with a pick. So I'm unfortunately going to have to tell you no. I wish I could do it for you, but I just don't think it'd be very responsible of me to do it. So I'm sorry. Hope you understand.
What phone number do I call to claim one of these tops?
858 Guitars, and you get one of my guys, and they will give you a hand, and we'll get you rolling.
I'm putting it in the comments too, in case anyone else needs it. Let's see. For the crotch top, would it look good with a blue burst using stains?
Yes and no. I would definitely recommend a blue burst, but I would stay away from the stains. What happens when you have patterns that are irregular, you're going to have staining that's going to take and not take irregular, right? So when it looks the best is on a very even quilt, a very even flame. And so because you have a lot going on and some pockets, the reason why they look like this, it's a lot of times is the wood is denser or softer. And so that's what's happening. It's pushing out. And so that's not going to absorb the stain evenly. So it can look splotchy. So I'm going to say it's probably best not to do that. However, there are some options you can get, like a monster burst or reverse monster burst, that will still look amazing. And those are done with some stains. So it just depends on what you're looking for, I guess. Denim would still look cool because of the way it's sanded back, and it's not uniform or even. So that's kind of a cool thing. And we do have other promos going on. So if you guys check out our website, you could see what other things are going on. Like we have, I think, a free roasted neck, free black chrome hardware. I think we're half off or free clear coat. I don't remember. So yeah, it is free. Okay, I didn't remember if it was half off or free.
We have Brent Dangle asking, if I buy two tops, can I get one on the front and one on the back?
Wow, that's an interesting one. I'm going to go out and just say, sure, why not? You will not be able to get, though, I will preface this, what we can't do is do a 5-piece body. So you wouldn't be able to get a top, the 3-piece layer, body, 3-piece layer, and then the back. It would have to be top and back, or I guess we could technically do a top with a 3PB and then do the body and then just a back. And we would not be able to do the rear headstock overlay because those two things are what separate the guitars into a Kiesel edition. But yeah, let's do it. Why not?
We got our buddy Vicente Wong asking, what do you think of an AC2 with that redwood? If this stream hits 1 p.m., I might just take it. What body wood would you?
Yeah, that would look really
with
good.
it?
In fact, I did a story. I don't know if you saw it, but I did a story. And by the way, I have your back plates are all that are holding your build up. I got them to the point where they need to be sanded and buffed, and then the guitar's ready to ship. Redwood, where'd you go? You went over here. So I did do a story, and you'll notice that there was an AC26, it's on our Instagram, in front of this top. That AC26 was really sexy, but in my opinion, this is a little bit better top for that particular model. That one did look really good, but I like this one a little better. And you can see it on the stream. I kind of held it in front of it. It'd look really sick. Consolidating. All right.
So tempted.
Okay, so we've got through that top. We got anybody else coming in? Nope. Okay, I'm going to go. All right, so we're going to go low to high in the middle. I got a $300 Buckeye top. This is going to work for our headless models. What you can't see on camera is there is so much gray in here, and it's going to pop out like crazy to give this a nice contrast and look like a more traditional buckeye. Sometimes when we oil them, the oil kind of dries out too fast and you don't really see the difference in there, but there's a lot of burls, almost some quilting going on. Beautiful top, $300 grabs it. I have another one very similar. It's got almost like a butterfly kind of in the middle there, and a really neat looking top. It has more of a pattern that's kind of going out and up and then kind of going down. It's almost like a crotch style pattern. $300 grabs it. And I'm seeing someone in here, Keith. What top do we have? TTKPB. Oh, man, I just showed that one off. Guess that works to pull them down and show them off. And what model are we doing, Keith?
DC600C.
Man, it is a DC600 day. Yeah, one of our most popular models still. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to look the best. I'm going to put the pickup right in between those burls. So on my templates, a lot of times I have pickups on there, and I even have the bevels on there. And it really helps me try to nail it. And knowing that it's a Floyd, I know where the Floyd's going to go. Things like that really help me do my job. And who's this for?
Chris Andrews.
Chris Andrews. And let's see what Chris won. That template. Free fretboard upgrade. All right, here we go. Beautiful looking top. Is the red showing up okay? Better than the graphite on tops this dark? What are we thinking?
I think on tops like that, the graphite might be a little better.
Was it?
honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe next time I'll have two. I just can't use blue because that's what my guys use. And what ends up happening is they'll go through and they'll make sure everything is perfectly matched in the center. I get it really close, and then they'll just fine sand it on a disc sander just to get it perfect. And then they'll put it back together. And if there's my old template on there and it's blue, and they don't relay it out and forget, it could be a little narrower. So that's why I have to use a different color. So a beautiful top. Thank you so much. It's an awesome one. All right, so on to this one, $300. Look at this big quilt. And what I like about this one, let's grab a DC 600 because that's what's popping off today. This is what's cool, okay? We have all this big quilt right in the middle. I mean, these quilts are massive, okay? Then it's going out and we got all this really cool horizontal, and then we're flaming out here. That is badass. You're getting all of it in one. When I look at tops, what I look for is uniqueness. I love vertical grain, as well as horizontal features, but the vertical grain is really cool and it sets tops off for me. I just love how it almost looks like strips of bacon on the sides. Super, super cool top, $300. So if you're new to one of our live streams here, traditionally we do the tax return live top, and we do a Black Friday, Cyber Monday top session. So you're looking at 3, maybe 4 times a year, you're able to pick your exact top. Outside of that, you're getting what I'm hand picking out or one of the guys in the back, depending on what grade you're going with. So this is a time to not only grab the top you're getting, but you're getting a great deal, a little bit of fun with spin the wheel. Flock, you got something for me or are you just looking? Almost. Flock is just looking. We're going to ignore Flock. Yeah. All right, so here we go. We got this really neat quilt. This is a sausage-like quilt, really, really wide, going all the way out. $300 grabs this top. It's going to do well on any color because of the light color that it has. The lighter color, the better it's going to show off any color you want, right? It's like a canvas. You're painting over it, with translucent colors. So whatever color your canvas is, it's going to accentuate whatever you're putting on top. Okay, we got our regular crotch burl maple, $300. So burl maple on its own is a $400 top. When you get the crotching pattern to it, I believe we're charging, I think it's $250 or $300 extra. And so this is only $300 to grab this exact top. Let's throw a TC600 on there. And what's cool about it, check out down here at the bottom. Look at all that. It's really neat looking.
All right.
Down there. Flock, you got something for me?
Oh, yeah.
What top, Flock?
I'm gonna grab that TT5 PB2 right there.
Oh, right here. That was my next top I was getting ready to grab.
He called and wanted my opinion on one for hyperdrive.
Okay.
It's gonna be burl.
Let me see if I can fit a hyperdrive. So as exciting as that sounds,
No.
I am not 100% sure that I can fit one on there because the hyperdrive sticks out on that long leg. And I can make that work. We're close enough. What I'm going to have to do, I'm going to hold this up. He's going to be in the same boat as David. So it's barely poking out over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to V the top. So how I do that is I am going to cut a little bit out up here and keep the bottom so it kicks it in, and it'll kick this out. So it'll give us a little more real estate. So I'm going to make it work. It's going to be tight, but it will work. So let's get this all set up. So it's a hyperdrive.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a Cali.
Is it a 6, 7, 6? Okay.
We're gonna be doing a Cali night burst too.
Cool. That'll be
I
awesome.
told him
Who's
to go-
who's-
Robert Taylor.
Robert
I
Taylor?
told him to go Cali to bring out the negative space in the top.
Oh, this is perfect for that. It's got all this openness. It's got a lot of really nice quilting and flame throughout. All right. And this is Flock. And I got to relay that out. So I'll get with you afterwards on these two, and we'll get some photos. So I'll do that before I take off today. We got a free fretboard upgrade. That's a cool one.
Dang.
All right. So I'll hold the top up so you can get a better shot of it. Beautiful. All right. Thank you so much for that. And I will lay that out momentarily. All right. So that was my next one I was going to show off. So that makes my job easier. I did show the redwood one off just a minute ago. And then here is the 7A crotch burl. Why this got the bump to 7 is just the crotching and the uniqueness to it. I love it. It looks like a bunch of like comets burning through the atmosphere. This would look amazing with a fire finish, maybe even in raw tone. Throw a mahogany body on that. That's what most fire finishes are. I don't know if you like that idea. We could obviously do whatever you want. A candy would look cool. And then because it is a 7A, the candy would be free. We have a free candy upgrade when buying a 7A top. That would be included with this one. $700 top, candy finish is $600. A hell of a deal, but I think it'll be really cool. So there's this 7A crotch burl. And now we're gonna be all on one row. I'm just gonna move these down. Top row is essentially gone, or enough is gone that we have the top row gone. Okay, so we're going to do some more questions. I said I would do Q&A a little bit on answering some of these, and I will do the bottom row. Have we sold anything off the bottom row yet? We did. We sold a couple on the end, right? And I moved them over,
Yep.
right? And we do like
Yep.
2? Okay. What do we got, Brandon? Chelsea, you got one for me? And just like that, I didn't even get to questions. What top do we have, Chelsea? TTCB. What the hell is that? I don't remember. Right here. No, it's not. It's this one. The one I just showed off a second ago. And what model, Chelsea?
It's an O2 BM5.
O2 BM5. Okay, and I do have that in here somewhere. Beautiful. And Chelsea, it just fits. That's awesome. Okay. Zach, did you buy those colored pencils for this? When did you order those?
Last week.
That's funny because I was thinking about, I had no idea you bought those. Thinking about it today, like we should probably do different colors. Who's this for?
Jaden Hartman.
Jaden Hartman?
Yeah. H-A-R-T, man.
Man. Hartman. And this is Chris. And let's see what Jaden is getting. Free fretboard upgrade. Beautiful. I'm going to hold it up with the template, and then I'm going to pull it away. So there it is. And there it is in red. Great top. Hell of a top. Thank you, Jaden. Okay. All right. What do you got? Huh? More colors. I need my Bob Ross outfit right now. Got a black one in here? Yeah, there's a black one. Okay, cool. So I'll use the black on the other ones. You got a pencil sharpener and all that. So we'll just go with the red or the black, depending on what is going to show up better.
Those are also like chalk type, so it shows up.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. We were doing the bottom row, right? That's what I was about to start on. Or we were doing questions.
Questions.
Yeah. Come on, Brandon, don't distract me. It's already easy enough when you have ADHD and OCD. You're like all over the map. What do you got?
Someone says the super dark top on the bottom row. What would you do with that as far as color?
I wouldn't. I would leave that natural. Like maybe a trans black burst over it, so it's like just a little hint, but I would not put color on that personally. I think it looks really cool the way it is. Or you could go kind of wild with it and do like a gunmetal burst or a gold burst. Maybe like that metallic just pops like crazy. That could look cool too.
Christian is asking, poplar burl or buckeye burl go best with reverse aqua cali burst?
Well, we can do it on either, I guess. It depends. So poplar burl is going to always look awesome. Buckeye can look really cool, but in my opinion, you need something that's like a creamier look like this, whether it's a regular cali or a reverse cali. I think the creamier stuff with a little bit of gray in there looks cooler, personally. How do I have this K-top spalt?
I don't know, bro.
I thought that would be like popping off. I thought that would be gone like that.
Want some more questions?
Yeah, let's do two more and then I'll do the bottom row.
What model would look good on TTPB2?
TTPB2, what model would look good? Since we are getting into the bottom row, let's grab this. All right, let's just see if like a hyperdrive would even fit on this. No, it's not fitting. I mean, I probably could slant it. I'm gonna say, let's try like an Osiris, something real small so we get a lot of burl on there, right? We're getting a lot for our money. Like that does not look like a $100 top. That may as well be a full price top right there. It's really amazing looking. So maybe something a little smaller so that you're getting like more coverage on a smaller template, smaller platform. That looks really sick. $100 grabs that one. And combined with our other promos, you may be getting one hell of a deal. One more question, then I'll show off that bottom row.
Sean Lowe is asking, just got on, how much is the Pale Moon Ebony top?
Pale Moon Ebony is selling for $800, and we can do that on our headless guitars that are not the extreme shape, so not a light speed or something large. It'd have to be a guitar, no basses. Or we can do our single cut guitars like a Cura or a Solo or an SCB. And I guess with that, I gotta hop onto these. I've had this one for a while, okay? And I've showed it off a few times, talked last time about doing like maybe like a binding effect. This is a free top. I'm just gonna mark it to no charge. Ooh, that like almost made me like that scratchy sound. Ooh, I didn't like that. So free top, no charge for this Buckeye top. I just want to see somebody grab it. It'd be pretty cool. Yeah, it's neat. I mean, if you did something like I was talking last time, where you did a model and then did like a binding effect all the way around and just painted a solid color, except for the binding effect, you'd have something really cool. Like a white guitar with this cream binding and maybe a bird's eye fretboard. or a black guitar, red guitar. It would look really cool. So no charge for this one. So we got a free top. That's what we should have led this whole live with. Get tops
Free
as low
top.
as $0. You should get Joe Brooks in here. He's going to buy everybody tops. Here we go. We got a beautiful black limba. Since the DC's popping today, we're going to just keep on going down the road with the DC. I think we've sold, what, like 6 DCs today? Look at that. Look at those perfect orange streaks. You could do something really classy, no top on it, or no paint on it, and you just do something that maybe has like roasted fingerboard, or do coco bolo or something like that, and just really go crazy on the fingerboard, but really subtle on this top and this look. If you're dying for some sort of color, maybe like a thin honey burst or a thin trans brown or a thin trans black burst on it, this could look really, really nice. Love the way that looks. It's really rare to get that much orange streaking going on, and there's some big rolling like flame in there. It's really big. I mean, it's rolling. It's like here to here, and then there's the flame, and then there's another flame. So it's massive, and it's kind of got this really cool chevron pattern to it. This could be done in a raw tone finish, no problem. Of course, gloss or satin. I feel like satin is neat, but it's not going to have this finish pop, so I'd go either raw tone or gloss with it, personally. All right, we got Monkey Pod, and behind Monkey Pod, we actually have a surprise top. What? This one's like all dusty. It was sitting in my office. This is, I needed to blow this one off, man. Whew. Yeah, it's flame mahogany, Flock. It's not just mahogany, dude. This one I had in there. I was going to use it on something, and I didn't end up actually using it. Flame mahogany. It's got this really cool pattern to it, kind of going up. Maybe something like a Holdsworth would be really cool with this. Kind of cool to get a Holdsworth today, too, with what today means. Oh, gosh. I feel like a elementary school teacher writing on the chalkboard or something. Seeing to like get my ruler and start banging on things. Fire this top. But yeah, beautiful flame mahogany, $100. I had it at $150, but it was the only top that was going to be $150, so I just put it back down to $100. This is going to work on our headless models, and even like a Holdsworth would be really cool. You got a Monkey Pod top. So Monkey Pod has a lot of looks of mahogany and has a lot of looks of koa. It's kind of got the best of both. Super cool top, $100 is going to grab this one. And I kind of got to make some room. I forgot those were double stacked. Let me shuffle some stuff around real quick. That way I got all of them out. How many tops have we sold, Brandon?
I mean, at least 10.
Yeah.
I think we're probably 11 or 12 so far.
Nice. Yeah, I wanted to give you guys a decent selection today. Lots of choices. You guys worked hard. You got your tax return. We appreciate you guys spending it with us. There's a lot of great guitar builders out there, of course. What's wrong?
Zach thinks we're at 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But there's a lot of great guitar builders out there, so we appreciate you guys. Obviously, we've been doing it a really long time, since 1946. You know, Grandpa starting this company, my dad turning it into an amazing custom shop, and boy, I'm just trying to give you guys what you want and have some fun over here and work with some really cool people. So thank you guys for keeping us so busy. We're just so thankful and lucky to be able to do this. On that note, here we go. We got these quilted tops that have burling in the center. I had these up previously, and they would only fit a Leia or a Holdsworth. However, they fit our brand new O2 or Z2 models. So you'll see it hanging off over here. That's okay, because the bevel chops that off anyway. So they fit our O2 or Z2 guitar models. So for $100, guys, look at this top. This is unreal. This would look amazing as a reverse Cali burst. You have all this like almost bird's eye effect going on in here, burling, bird's eye. And that's going to have your color, and then it's going to go to natural on the outside. I'm probably going to just scoop these up if they don't sell. The one behind it's the twin to this one. If they don't sell, I'm going to put builds in, put them on the in-stock section, and grab probably $500 for each of those tops rather than $100 once they're on the in-stock. And you guys will go, man, that's what he was talking about. I should have grabbed it. And then I showed off the poplar burl a minute ago, showed off the monkey pod. We are down to our last 3 tops to show off. I got the Royal Ebony. It's got a little bit of flame in it. It's a really cool top. An AC 26 would be amazing with this top. Not that you have to do that. I just think it would look really cool. The other models that look really cool with Royal Ebony are the single cuts. You throw this on a Cura. In fact, let me grab Cura here. My cat was so happy to see me. It was so cool. Coming home, I was gone about a week, and a little over a week actually, week and a day. This would look amazing on a Cura. I'd love to see somebody put this on a Cura. I really like the pattern going on here and just the way it's changing kind of direction. It's not basic, it's not boring, and it's got a really nice look to it. It's going to be a little brighter sound. I would pair it with a mahogany body, and I would chamber that body out. I got someone walking in, which means we have another top sold or one of these guitars. Keith, what do you
I have
got?
a question.
Oh, you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, you do.
Is TT5 PB2 gone?
TT5 PB2 is gone, I believe, right? Yeah, I think that one is gone.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that one went to Robert Taylor for a hyperdrive.
Got it.
Yep. And so 2 tops left. We actually sold the twin to this one earlier. A lot of really cool patterns. You have this uniqueness here, probably where a branch is growing out. So you got some crotching in the middle here, and then just shooting out. It's like almost like 2 stars on either side, or like a firework on either side. You do a really cool finish, like maybe a candy finish on this. You do a fire finish on something like this. It's going to really pop off and look amazing. $200 grabs this top. Let's see what Akira looks like on that. Look at that. Go a little lower. Yeah, something like right there. It'd look really, really cool. Maybe even right where the waist is. Maybe up from the waist, right there. That's what I would do. Look really nice on an A2, Akira, DC. Any model is going to really look good with that. And then our last top, get this beautiful Buckeye. I think I did actually show it off. No, I did not. This was I think the twin to that one, so I showed that one off. You throw like an O2 on there, and look at that. Something I want to take a second to show off, because I feel like you guys maybe can't really tell from our photos. So when you look at a lot of guitars in the market, and you look straight on, they look comfortable. They look nice, they look ergonomic, and then you put it in your hands, you pick it up, and you realize this thing is 1 inch thick. Look at ours. Look at that slope. Go and compare. Go to Guitar Center. Go pick up some of your Guitar Hero guitars. These other brands that are amazing brands. They do great stuff. Look at that heel. Look at our heel. It is so comfortable. And what does that do for you? It makes the guitar easier to play. It's a big deal. These guys here are always talking about it. In fact, Brandon had to go the other day to Guitar Center to grab some strings for an artist, and he picked up a couple major players' guitars. We're not going to name any names, and was very... I mean, Brandon, you tell me in your own words what you thought of the heel, and don't say who it was. I'm not trying to... In no way, shape, or form am I trying to say that this company doesn't make great guitars. You tell me what you think of our heel compared to these other heels that you were feeling over there. And that was what, yesterday?
I think it was Friday.
Oh, Friday.
Last week, yeah. I mean, a lot of these companies, you see the pictures of their guitars on their website, it just shows a flat
Yeah,
back
it's
image of
this
it.
angle, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it looks super sculpted and comfortable. And then you get it in your hands and realize how thick it is and how much it doesn't really do anything to help the upper fret axis just from that sculpting. You know, the
Yeah.
thinning it out like that lets your hand get over the heel and play it like it's a neck through guitar, which if it doesn't get thin like that, it's not the same.
Well, and I can tell you guys why we do this, right? We do this to give you guys the best playing experience possible. What it doesn't do for us, it doesn't help us save time. If this heel didn't come down much, didn't have that extra angle on there and all that roundness to it, it'd be very easy to sand and finish. Keep in mind, we're CNCing it, so it would save time there. It would save time in hand sanding. It would save time in sanding the primer. It would save time in prepping the color, and it would save time in sanding and buffing the clear. It's 5 areas you're saving time, and that makes a big difference. So that may be why some of you guys are wondering, hey, 2025 came and there was a price increase. It wasn't just like, we're going to raise the prices. We are giving you so much more. We've pulled this neck pad down, blending this in seamlessly. As Brandon said, they feel like neck through guitars. It's massively different. And I love it. I'm really stoked on what we're doing. And the comments we're getting with our new fretwork, the extra rounding of the fingerboard, just the extra comfort, the rear bevels, people are just blown away when they get their guitars. So if you're on the fence, come on in. The water feels pretty good. You guys should check these out.
You got to play one or you'll never,
Gotta play one.
You'll never really know how it
Yeah.
actually compares.
Serious, yeah. It's pretty crazy. And everybody, most of the people here are players, and they look and they go, dude, why are these guitars so inexpensive? It's pretty crazy, right? And the answer is we don't sell to dealers. We don't sell to distributors. We don't have a $100 million a year advertising budget. That's what Fender's advertising budget is, $100 million a year. It's not our advertising budget, right? We only sell $9 million a year, right? So obviously we're not. And we're a different game, right? We're that craft brew, right? Here I drink Coors. I'm not even into those craft beers, but that's what we are. We're that, we're going to take care of you. You're going to call us up, and we're going to take good care of you. So what other questions we got, Brandon?
I got a question from Chris Hong. He says, what's the top second from right on bottom?
Second from right on bottom. That is our TTCQ2. That's our crotch quilt. I just showed this off a little bit ago. Chris, this is going to look amazing with a lot of different colors. You got this kind of almost firework-like pattern. And at $200, I can't remember my own writing, $200, pretty amazing.
Guessing he's got someone on the phone interested in that one.
Sweet.
Christian is asking, how much is the candy finish?
Candy finish is normally $600. It is at no charge right now when you upgrade to a 7A flame quilt burl top. So one could buy this top right here. That's probably hidden behind the wheel a little bit. One could buy this top. This would be the only one that would qualify because we're not putting it over spalt, of course. That is a 7A, but we're not going to put candy over spalt. You could buy this top and get candy for free. So in other words, you're buying this top for $100. I mean, really, if you were going to buy candy anyway, pretty crazy. Jesse, what top would you get if you were buying, Jesse's in here, by the way. What top would you get if you were buying a guitar today?
It's a tough choice, man. I'd probably go with the, was that Royal Ebony?
Yeah.
Probably that one.
What would you put that on?
I would probably put that on the rounded body A2.
Yeah, what do you think of the rounded body A2?
I love it.
And can they hear Jesse okay?
They could probably hear him a little bit.
Okay.
I love it a lot. It's really slick looking.
They got to check out the new one with the new arm cut on it.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
I want to play that 7 after the live.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Brandon? What top would you get?
I would probably go with that spalted burl looking top. The K-top, that one's
The
sick.
K-top.
Yeah.
Zach?
The Pale Moon,
Yeah?
does it fit a Akira?
Yeah?
Does.
Yeah?
Pretty sick.
How about you, Flacco?
The Royal.
The Royal also?
The mahogany 3-piece bind.
Ooh. That would actually be really hot. I'm liking that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you do for bodywood?
Roasted ash.
That would be cool.
So you get the best of all.
I like that.
worlds.
Yeah, I like that. And you also have that weight reduction, right? Because the Royal is a little heavier top.
Honeys and chocolate.
What would you put that on? What model?
Probably that new one, like with the new options.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Super comfy.
Nice.
2 tops from Chris.
2 tops from Chris. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's start with one. What top do we have?
It's TT CQ2.
Okay, CQ2.
Is that the one that?
Oh, this one, the one I was just
Yep.
holding. Yeah. All right. And what model do we have?
It's on a solo 6-string.
Solo. Okay. Go right on either side of the pickups with that. I think that'll look the best. And we're going to try our, ooh, I don't like this pencil. Ooh. All right. Solo. And who's this for?
It's for Brent Daigle.
Okay. And let's see, we got CH. And what are we getting for Brent? Yeah, that definitely, you can really see that good. Free neck upgrade. Oof. All right, Brent. Check that out. It's a beautiful one. Thank you. Yeah, you can, for sure. It's also, I think, helps because that pencil is thicker with the chalk, too. It's not as, like, the ones I normally use with the regular lead is a very thin line. I think this helped a lot, actually.
You want that second one?
Oh, I want that second one.
He says TT5Q.
2?
Don't know which number.
TT5Q. There's a 1 and a 2. So let me...
Oh, he's texting me right now. 1 or 2, Chris? Oh, I think he's saying this is the dude who was asking about the front and back. So he wants one of these on the back.
Okay. So which one does he want on the front? And what model are we doing?
Oh, they're both on the solo.
They're both...
Yeah, the same guy's getting 2 of them.
Oh, so the same guy, Brent?
Brent Dangle.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Which one does he want on the front, though? That's what I need to know.
Come on, Chris. Text me back.
That's a hard choice. I guess if I was doing it, if I wanted a flame maple board, I'd probably do the more flamey looking quilts. And if I wanted like a roasted bird's eye, I would do something like that on the front. I would match whatever top to the fretboard best, or I guess clash best too, depending.
He just said fat one with
Yep.
flame on sides.
What fat one? What? Yeah, that's one he wants for the top. Yeah.
That's all he said to me, so I'm assuming that's
No,
what he means.
it's this one. Yeah, it's this one for sure.
What? He said, oh, wait, he said let Jeff pick.
I would go that way too. Well, what fretboard does he want before I get done tracing this out?
All right, Chris, fretboard.
And color, if possible. Like, do we know color or anything like that? You'll have to double our RNC charge, Chris, for this if he wants color front and rear, because it's
Chris is calling me.
masking both sides. You can put them on speaker.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. All right, Chris, you're on speakerphone.
What's up, homie?
So the top that we laid out for the solo, the first one that we picked out, that's going to be his top.
Okay. Got it.
And the back is going to be whichever one that Jeff picks that he thinks would look best on the back, and he's doing a bird's eye fingerboard.
Got it. I see. So I understand now. I would definitely go with this one then. They're similar in color. And then as you see the flame going around, I feel like it logically wraps to this being the back better than the other one. So I would use these two together if he's okay with that.
Okay, cool. We'll find out right now. I'll let you guys know.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, dude.
Thank
Yeah, and if he wants the other one, I'm no stress. I just think this would look better personally. If it was my decision, I would do that, and I'm going to try to line it up. I almost wish we had.
He said that works.
Okay, I'm going to hold it up like this just so you can see what I'm talking about. So, like, see how these like line right up? So it's like the top is like wrapping to the back.
That's gonna look sick.
Yeah, it'll look really good. Cool. That one is Q1, yeah. Yeah, so let me get this to where it lines up good and actually looks as close to what I'm talking about as possible. Okay, that would be the right height right there. Okay.
Yeah, he's saying that's exactly what he wants. It's gonna be awesome.
Sweet. Oh gosh, that is like. Okay, and so this is going to be rear. We're not going to give you a spin twice though. No, we'll do it. Fuck it. Solo rear.
All right, so that was Q1.
Yeah, that's Q1.
Okay, cool.
Hold on. Let me give you the. I'm going to do it anyway. It is what it is. I'm going to spin it for him. Free logo upgrade. So you got a free neck upgrade and a free logo upgrade. I'm actually going to clip these together. So Brent, I'm going to try to get it to where, there you go. You can kind of see how they're like running right into each other. That's going to be really cool. All right, so we'll clip this guy together. They'll stay in my office like this because this is not something we normally do. And I want to make sure the guys, when they come up, that it jogs my memory.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Brent. Okay, let me slide that over. Just going to clip it really good. Beautiful. So we got, and I just shoved it all the way up top to clip it just so that I actually could clip it good. All right. Dang, man. That's the first time ever we've done that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so this one is still available. If somebody's heart sank and they were like, I wanted that top, still available. You had your chance. You almost missed it, so give the guys a call. All right, so 300. Slide this one over. Okay. Do we have any questions, Brandon?
Yes, we do.
Questions? Okay, what do we got? What do we want to know?
Nathan is asking, any good tops for a trans white finish?
Yes. Trans white. I'm going to give you my top pick. I'm going to say this top right here, I think would look the coolest. And the reason why is once we stain this and sand it back, if we do like a deep triple step on it, you're going to have all of these little bits of like these small gray flames. And when we trans white over that, they're going to pop through. And I think this would look the best. This would also look amazing with a fire finish too, because it kind of looks like a bunch of little fires in there. It's a really neat looking top. $300. This is what we call flaquilt. This would be a very unique pattern. I can't say that I've ever seen one quite like this, and I thought it was really cool, so I put it in the bunch. Sometimes these tops I just think are really neat, and I like the uniqueness, and I like showing them off, because what it does is, although, yeah, maybe selling a top for only $300, it gets you guys being creative and going, hey, I remember on the last live there was this top, and maybe in 6 months you call in and you have a screenshot and say, hey, I want something like that. And then I got to look for it, and that might be a $700 top, you know, when I actually find it and all that later. And so it allows you guys to be really creative, and it allows us the opportunity to show off something unique. And I feel like these pick your tops, that's what this is for. There are going to be some that are straightforward and just cool tops, and others that are going to be very unique. And we've just always done a good deal on these. And hey, you guys all worked hard and got your tax return hopefully back, and or know what you're getting, and you want to put it to good use or treat yourself. We are here. We're quoting right now. Sorry, Brandon. We're quoting about 8 to around 12 to 16 weeks, just depends on the build. We did just do a guitar run. We're at the tail end of it. That's going really well. So that did kind of push us back up a little bit, but we're starting to see a lot of that run go through. I think we were at, yesterday when I updated it, like almost 70 guitars shipped. What's up, Brandon?
We got a question from our buddy Enrico Gasparoni.
What's up, bud?
He says, which top would you choose for a nylon AC2?
Ooh, a nylon AC2. I would not go Royal Ebony on that. I think a steel string is fine, but I would not do that on a nylon just because of the warmth that you want. You want some attack, but you do want a little more warmth, a little more resonance. I'm probably going to go really, really safe. I'll give you the really safe one. That would be absolutely bonkers. You guys have seen the amazing Charlie Robbins play. This is about what he has. Sounds phenomenal. He loves his AC26 nylon, and he is an expert at nylon guitars. He said without shaping, it was the easiest to get to sound the best out of all the guitars he's ever played. We have a Cordova here. We played that, and we all preferred our AC26 nylon over even the Cordova, which is an awesome guitar. So I would go that on the safe bet. And then I would go this. Just because I think this is unique enough with the pattern. What I really like about this one is the fact that you're not going to have a bunch of disruption on that really cool pattern here with burls. And see how the pattern goes up like wings? I think it'll really look good on a nylon string guitar. Are we down on something or everything okay?
I think he's just playing some Family Feud.
Nice. I thought maybe the battery died or something.
No.
Well, it's because I saw you standing up.
Yeah, I'm trying to get both of them.
You got Jesse in there.
Yeah, Jesse, you wanna man the second camera? Let's see. Which one would you recommend for trans green?
Ooh, trans green. The Buckeyes look amazing when you do green over them. I would not do 100% trans green on a Buckeye. I would do some sort of a burst. And you can even follow that with a trans black burst. Looks really cool and really clean. If you wanted the whole entire thing trans green, I think this has a chance to look really good, this quilt, because of the big pocket flame in here, this quilt. That would look good. This would be really devastating with a green candy. And a green candy would be free. So you could pop in, get this top, do a green candy, and green candy has hints of blue. Or, hey, Flock, are you over there? Yeah, right here. Can you bring me my hyperdrive? Yeah. I want to show you guys lightsaber green. We got May the 4th right around the corner. If somebody wanted to get this top, or I'd go this top or this top, I will do lightsaber green for free. Yes. This right here is pretty epic. So this lightsaber green, probably my favorite green, you know, being a Star Wars nerd and everything. This is an amazing green. It's got hints of yellow in it, where the green candy is going to have hints of blue. Also an awesome color. But for greens, this is my favorite. Are we getting glare? Is it okay? Looks good. Okay, cool. But that is our lightsaber green. You can even see with like a black Limba satin back with the orange streaks. I did Coco Bolo plates. This one is actually going home soon. I'm almost done with my bar, and that's going to go home and hang in my bar. Pretty excited to take that one home.
Oh, you want some more questions?
I want some more. Yeah, I got all the tops I've shown off. I can do a roll call here in a minute. Bring out the rounded body A2 again, but let's do some questions.
It's a good thing. There was a couple of people asking for the specs on that one when we were like picking out tops, and I forgot
Of the
about it.
A2, yeah,
Yep.
no problem. So I did put this in, and I'm going off memory here. So we have a 5A poplar burl top. What we did on this particular one is we did not do our deep triple step. We removed it to give you this natural wood binding look. Okay, so this has the BBE, which we don't normally do on a rounded body. This is new. It's a new option. So when you go to the builder and you build an A2, it's only the A2, guitar or bass, nothing else. You can either pick the regular BBE where it's going to look natural, or the deeped one where it's going to have like the dark gray look, and it will change the way the top looks. Okay, it makes a pretty big difference. So you have that 5A, the natural BBE. You got a one-piece roasted ash body, one-piece roasted quarter sawn maple neck, roasted flame maple fingerboard, matching headstock. We have our beryllium pickups in it, abalone knobs. We did abalone inlays to match the knobs. They are rings if it's hard to tell. I'll move the strings so you can kind of see. We did a drop shadow silver logo, obviously chrome hardware, inline GT headstock, 25.5-inch scale if you're new to the brand. This is a Kiesel tremolo made by Hipshot. It's an American-made tremolo. And it has the small round on the front and rear. Has the secondary jack, the normal flush mount jack there. You don't have to use this jack if it's there. You can use it. You can use both if you want. And then as far as frets, these are jumbo fret stainless, and it's a 14-inch fretboard radius with our, I believe it was our standard neck profile. Yeah, it feels like our standard neck profile. $2,500. So if this does not sell on the live, that's totally cool. I'm going to put it in the in-stock section, and we're probably going to fetch like $3,300 for this guitar. It'll be somewhere around that range. It's sick. Jesse's like, if it was a 7-string, Jeff, I'd be walking out with it. Like, what do you got, Flacco?
Enrico's going to grab the flame redwood.
Oh, sweet.
For nylon.
Cool. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Work up the rest of the spec.
All right, and we'll probably go, I don't know, maybe the black will show up better on this because of the red hue to it. Yeah, the black. And this, that was a good call, Zach bought these, because these are showing up really good because of the thick, chalky, like, look, I hate using them. It's like makes my skin crawl. Like legit. It's like taking your fingernail and like cutting into chalk. It's like uncomfortable. Okay. Okay, we got an AC26. Oh yeah, you could see that like crazy. All right, and let's see what Enrico won. Watch 20% off for a free factory tour.
Come on, bro.
Free shipping, he's gonna pick it up probably. We'll do lunch, brother, we'll do lunch. You come down. Yeah, I've gone out to lunch with Enrico, cool guy. This is,
That's sick.
honestly, like, what gets me is this section right here, how wide and open it is. And then it like kind of flips and gets tight and then gets big and open again here. It's got that uniqueness to it that is just, it doesn't look smooth. It looks like it's actually rippled, but that's just the wood.
And with no pickups, you're going to see all of it.
You're going to see all of it. You're not wasting anything. Yeah. Good call, brother. All right. Okay, let me shrink these in here. Put those next to each other. Are we getting blocked by anything? Are we able to see this okay?
I mean, the wheel blocks that mahogany, or is that the mahogany, or is that the?
It's the monkey pod.
Yeah, it's blocking that one a little bit,
Okay.
but everything's good besides that.
Okay. Why don't we do a couple more questions? I'll do a roll call again over here and show you guys what's left.
Can you do a quilt fingerboard?
So we do bird's eye that's quilted. Yes, you can absolutely get that. Quilted itself, it scares me because of how soft it is, and I don't want frets falling out on you. So that's why we'll combine it when we have the quilted bird's eye, because bird's eye is a little denser wood than a standard big leaf quilt. That's what it's called. And the big leaf quilt is quite a bit softer. And I think longevity, yeah, we could get that sale now. Maybe you're really stoked and you never have an issue, but if you do have an issue, I would feel terrible, you know, and I don't want to be motivated by that one sale. I just want to try to do right by you guys always, and make sure it's something we're comfortable standing behind always.
Sorry at work, don't know if Jeff answered this, but monster/reverse monster or denim on the master grade crotch.
No problem. Yeah, no problem. And so we do have a monster and reverse monster promo right now. That would be no charge on this one. Denim I could do for $200 for you, just because of the process and the extra labor for it. But yeah, it would look amazing.
I
Look
think
really
he's
good.
asking which one you think would look
which
better.
one? If I was doing one, I think, I'll show you why. These areas here, if you're okay with seeing the brown, it's not going to change. If you're okay with seeing the brown, I think denim could look cool. But if that is going to bother you at all, I would recommend going with a traditional monster burst. I think would potentially look the best, because this is going to be hidden more with the purple center color and the beautiful aqua. And as the edges go around, especially if you have a really curvy model like an A2 where you got a lot of swoops in it, and as this curves around, you're going to have that pattern that's just going to be coming out all around. In fact, that was one of the reasons why I did Monster Burst, is to get that crotch pattern to really pop out. I think Monster Burst for me, for sure. And it's no charge with this top, so even better. I'm never going to steer you guys in a way that yields more dollars for us without me thinking that it's a better move. If I think something looks better, like you guys could be looking at a flame or a quilt, like a fire finish over these two. If I was going gloss or satin, it would be this one. If I was going with a raw tone, I would do fire with that one. So it's like, that's a $400 price difference. I'm not going, oh, well, it's $400 more. No, I want to get you guys what I feel like is the best thing, so you're happy.
We got Cameron in here. He's a good customer of Phlox, asking,
Oh, he brought us donuts.
yeah, how would you
Nice.
spec out? I think he's asking about that exact same 7A crotch burl with orange candy.
Oof. Yeah, orange candy would be sick on this one. Why I like the idea of a candy for this is, again, the very large circular pattern. The whole idea with candy was to really encapsulate quilts, but this has that quilty look, and I think would really do like kind of maybe even one next level, because it's like this big round with lines in it. Kind of like a real hard candy, like the way they really actually look. Orange would be cool, yellow candy's cool, pink, purple, blue, aqua, we do all those colors. If I was doing an orange, I would probably pair this with a Coco Bolo fretboard, and maybe, if you're being like daring, maybe red inlays, or do the gold like metal flake inlays that we have. It can go with gold hardware or black hardware. Pickup covers, no pickup covers. If you do pickup covers, I'd recommend probably black with gold pole pieces. That could look really cool. And I would definitely go gloss. Flock, you got a top sold?
Yeah, so Ryan McCarthy wants to jump on that deal with the green saber.
Which one?
That top. It was the quilted top you said you do green saber for, right?
Yeah, that saber green. Was it this one or that one? It was either.
$300 top.
What's that?
$300
Yeah, so
top,
it's
you
the
said.
flip quilt. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll look awesome. And what model are we doing?
So we're going to do the new rounded body on an 827.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, let's get that. And we're doing a green saber, you said?
Yeah,
Sweet.
rolling with that idea you had.
Zach, this pencil is working really good. It just gives me like the willies.
I think you have to hold it like more sideways.
I can't, because if I do, it's like it's not going real thick. I have to go straight down to get it like thicker. Otherwise, it's thin, and then it's just like the old pencil. Yeah, see how good that looks? So you said Ryan McCarthy?
Yeah.
And let's see what Ryan's getting. You said it was a 27, right?
Yes.
RB, okay. Flacco.
Come on, Ryan.
Oh, I thought I was getting factory tour. Free shipping.
All right, that'll work.
Free shirt.
Oh, is it shirt? Free shirt.
All right.
Thanks, Brandon.
Yep.
Look at that. Beautiful. Thanks, Ryan. All right, we're getting down to the end here.
We got Louis Durfus has still been watching this whole time. He's asking.
Uh-oh.
if
I
you
know
were-
that name.
If you were to go raw tone over natural, which top would you choose?
Raw tone and natural. Do we know a model? Is it
Any model?
I'll
Louis?
keep looking. Raw tone and natural. I don't know. I mean, I almost think this $100 top, I think would look really cool. And it's so simple looking, and I think it could look really elegant, especially if you bevel it and show some of the body wood through there, maybe a mahogany body or a roasted swamp ash body. Even a black limba could look cool if we got something really interesting.
He did say 02.
Oh, O2, okay, cool. Yeah, that was the one that I thought looked the best on this model, is the O2, because of how, I'm gonna set this down because it's about where I would put it, but see how the lines, see how the lines almost follow the body? Like here's the body shape and here's the lines, like nature almost is perfectly matching for this exact top. This is probably what I would do. I mean, I know that K-top spalt would look amazing, but we just can't do a raw tone. I could do a satin, but not a raw tone on that. So I would say this one for sure, and at $100.
We got Joe Brooks to the rescue.
Joe
Says,
Brooks to the rescue.
all $100 tops during the live feel covered.
Dang, there you go, Joe Brooks. So that top just became free. All right, Flock, you got something for me?
Yeah, I'm just okay, great. So Vicente Wong, before he leaves the country,
Okay.
he's gonna be going back home. I think he's gonna do it. He's gonna get on my recommendation the Royal Ebony.
Sweet.
AC 26.
AC26, that's awesome.
Yeah, same thing. You get to see all that wood.
Okay.
He says thanks to Enrico for grabbing the other top, so it makes his decision easy to get.
That's awesome. I love that.
The both guys we've had down here.
Yeah.
Diesel experiences too.
Oh, Zach, you got white? Dang.
So that means both diesel experiences.
That's not working at all. Let me try the orange. That doesn't work either. Okay. All right, so we'll go back to my red. Yeah, that's cool. Ugh. Even this one is like... All right, Flock, let's see what we got.
Come on, Vicente. Let's go.
Free inlays.
All right, there we go.
Okay, I'm gonna hold it up with this on there so you could see it, and then I'm gonna remove it because it is really hard to see. It's better than it would be if it was graphite, but that's gonna be awesome looking. Thank you so much, brother. I mean, there's a few, like the one that is blowing my mind, I thought this would be gone, almost the first one. I was even holding on to it a little bit because I thought I was gonna be like holding it, someone's gonna come in right then, and I think while I had that one, it was the other spalt that sold actually. That's there's some really crazy ones, some really good deals. We got a free, well, anything under $100 is free now. So here's where we're at. All these tops here, they're all free because Joe Brooks is going to pay for your top. Joe Brooks to the rescue. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this one, I'm going to put this up here. And so the bottom row is all free. This free poplar burl. You wait, I'm putting builds in, and those are going to sell for full price poplar burl, and people are going to buy them.
Oh yeah.
You'll see. Once they're laid out and everything.
I feel like people are underestimating the non-burled grain once it gets DTS on it. It's gonna look sick.
Epic. Or even if you don't DTS it, if you do a reverse Cali on there, no DTS, and do a like a not antique ash, but a roasted ash body, it's gonna be epic. It'll look like the beach vibes, big time. Opposite of beach vibes. Look at this thing. 2 Gs.
Dang. Stealth, bro. Stealth shred, dude.
Yeah, that slight round, just enough. So also with that slight round is it does, you know, give you a little more comfort on that arm break there with having it a little more rounded. And then look at the backside. The backside's all rounded too to match. And look at the 7-string heel. I mean, that thing is paper thin. You know, some of these other companies, I mean, these heels are like way up here, and all of a sudden you're hitting it. It may be curved, contoured, and rounded, but it's not sloped, where we have that going for us. This is sloped, rounded, curved, everything. It's got, I mean, I can't imagine coming up with a way of making a bolt-on any more comfortable. Like this really, truly feels like a neck through. It's pretty amazing. And then you get that bolt-on sound. And the lower bolt-on price, right? I mean, they are easier for us to make. They do take less time, a bolt-on. So we have that going for us, and that's why we're able to pass that savings on to you guys. So we're kind of bridging that gap between neck through and bolt-on. There's not, with Kiesel, there's not such this huge disparity between the two as far as comfort. Now, if you're always playing up at the higher frets, you know, if you're a rhythm player, it's probably not going to matter much. You know, you may not go below the 14th fret very often, and it won't really matter. But if you do, if you're living up there in the higher register, then you're definitely going to want that new neck heel.
Robert Frey is asking for the price on that spalted top.
The spalted top is $700. Keep in mind this is a K top. I don't remember off the top of my head what my pricing is on these. I want to say they're around $1,200 for a K-top spalt. It's pretty epic. Let's throw an A26 up there. I mean, that's exactly how I would throw it right there. Notice between the pickups, little kind of a neat design, and then you got the body, you know, kind of this is all going out, and then this is down by the bridge. I think that would look absolutely epic. And then I will show you why we won't raw tone this. So there you go. I don't want you getting your guitar and your top is doing that. So what we do with spalt is we treat it a lot like you would treat like fiberglass almost. We have to use special resins to harden these areas. And then at that point, you're not even going to get that look or feel of a raw tone. So that's why we'll either satin it or gloss it. I do see some advantages to being satin. It'll look more map-like. If you want it to look very map-like, I think that would be cool. If you're looking for any advice on it, I know you're an expert with us anyway, but all these black lines, I would definitely do a 3-piece layer, and I would definitely do a mahogany body. Though if it was my build, that's what I would do, hands down. I'd probably throw a roasted bird's eye fretboard on there. I would do ring inlays just to try to capture in some of the circular patterns we got going on here. I think you'd have a really, really sick guitar.
He says my wallet is aching. Is there a headless with a 25-inch scale? Don't play many chords above 12th fret plus old hands.
You know, that's a good question. So we started out on the Tim Miller as a 25-inch, and as neat as that idea and that project sounded, so we did a 24 3/4, we did a 25, and we did a 25 1/2, and that's what we settled on, was a 25 1/2 we actually just had a letter the other day. Someone wrote in and just talked about how amazing the 25.5 was. They didn't know about 25.5s. They didn't really have them. They were concerned, and they said it felt so amazing, and it was on the Tim Miller model. I would encourage you to try out one of our guitars that's 25.5. You know, they're not hard to play if you're concerned with like stretches and things like that. The Devin Townsend Neo is 24.75. We also offer our the Leia and the Z2, the Zeus second generation, both in 24.75. So if you're really wanting that shorter scale, we don't do the 25. We go right down to 24.75, which is only going to be a 1/4 inch difference, or you can go to the 25.5 and have only a 1/2 inch difference, whatever you're more comfortable with. But we currently don't have a 25-inch scale. We almost did, but we did back-to-back comparisons with Tim, and he liked the 25.5 better. And we really, with like Tim, that was a 2-year in the works model. And the customer that wrote in the letter said, thank you for putting in those 2 years, because that guitar is a phenomenal guitar. It really, really is. It's a lot of things we did different about it, you know, from having like the actual arm contour coming way out for Tim and just really giving that extra comfort.
Chris Goodwin says, stupid work. Did Jeff say any of these would work good with a Zeus acoustic?
Yes. So Zeus acoustic, I would say the only one that I wouldn't be comfortable putting that on is the K-Top Spalt, just because of how soft it is. But yeah, Zeus acoustic, all these will work. In fact, this whole bottom row is free. They start at free from us and then all the way to $100, and Joe Brooks is going to take care of you guys on any of those tops. I do have a Z2. I don't have the original right now, even though the Zeus acoustic is the original, but this is how something like that would look. So what I would do, because there's a big sound hole, I would just move this up, and then you still get some cool burls, but this would work great on a Zeus acoustic.
Lewis says you're really selling him on that Spalt top. All my builds are raw tone, but I might go with gloss if I can convince myself to be irresponsible.
There is something we did do that I would recommend. Because you like the raw tone, what we can do, or what you may want to do, is do a dual finish. So put the gloss on the top, you get all the protection, all the anti-scratch, and then do the satin sides, bevel sides and back if it's a bevel model. It's epic. And on that top, I'm telling you, man, that would be really rad. There is a charge for that. It's a $250 charge. It's pretty steep. And the reason for that is there's so much labor, so much masking when you're doing the dual finishes. And then when it comes to sanding and buffing, it is a lot of extra work. The $250, believe me, is not enough. We haven't raised that price. We're going to hold to that. And at some point, I got to get in here and like actually do some cost analysis and evaluate some of our options. I'm going to have to go up on certain things like a dual finish just because of the amount of labor. I have to look at it from the standpoint of what am I missing out in production, not like what is my straight up cost on it. You don't look at your cost on it and then figure it out. You look at what you're missing out. Like how many other guitars are we not able to finish just to do this one? So I'll have to reevaluate that. So for now, we'll hold the dual finish to $250 for anybody interested. I showed off my Hyperdrive earlier that has dual finish. It's got the gloss on the top, satin bevel sides and back. I've done a lot of guitars like that. I did was a chocolate like flame quilt on a K series, and we did the gloss top, satin bevel sides and back.
Oh, Scott's
guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the mahogany body. And that was Scott's first mahogany body guitar. And he was like, dude, mahogany is a metal wood. And it absolutely is. Like it's got great mid-range, really good machine gun picking. I feel like it's not used often enough, but mahogany is amazing.
All right, the gentleman who is asking about 25-inch scale is asking, if I went with 24.75 scale, would jumbo frets feel like too much?
No, not at all. If that's what you're used to, I wouldn't worry about that at all. You know, it's not, It's not a massive difference like you would think. 24 3/4 versus a 25. Some people wouldn't even notice the difference. I'd say most players wouldn't even know. You're going to feel 25.5 to 24 3/4 for sure, but 25 to 24 3/4, it's a 1/4 inch over the entire scale of the guitar. That's not very much.
What would you recommend from tops on the bottom row for a pink to purple fade on a Z2?
Pink to purple fade. This is the only one I would do with that. And this would look absolutely epic. I do it just like that. This amazing cluster right in the middle. Can you zoom in on that area? This is like you get burl maple right here with some bird's eyes in it, and then you go out to quilt. And then you put that template over it. That would look awesome.
Can I get the same finish on the body when I order a fade finish?
You can get the same finish. There is a charge for that, right? Because what happens when we do a fade and it's just a flat top, there's labor there, but there's a tremendous amount when we wrap it. And I want to say that's our RMT charge. That is, yeah, that's perfect, Flock, thanks.
Yeah.
Our RMT charge is $250 for that. So here's the pink to purple fade on a really cool flame. You can see this beautiful roasted ash. That's an awesome look. Look at that body. This is a sick one. I think this one is actually online. If somebody wants this exact build, they can go to the website. We do have a promo going on our in-stocks right now. There were several marked down for the tax return promo that we're doing right now. How long will they last at these prices? How long is the sale going? Nobody knows. I don't even know. And I'm the one that's like, yeah, let's end it. The guys are like, oh, okay, it's over. I'm like, yeah, it's done. And once it's over, it's over. There's no like calling in like, hey, can I still get that? It's like, it's a hard line. Because usually by that point, it's gone long enough. Like we don't do like, it's rare for us to do like a one-day sale. I feel like we give people long enough that don't procrastinate, take advantage of it, get yourself something dope.
Any plans to bring a 24 3/4 inch scale length to any double cuts?
I don't know. I don't really get that request very often. It's typically the single cut crowd that wants that. I did have a few people that wanted 24 3/4 A2s. And early on when we first launched the model, I said, okay, cool. If we can sell 10 of them, I'll give you a month, I'll do it. And I think we had 3 people ready to buy. So, here's a brand new model, a lot of hype. We were selling a ton of them, still are. And I could only sell 3 in a month for a brand new model drop. And this is your only chance to get one. And I was like, well, if I can't sell 3 in the first month, what do I sell in a year? 10, maybe? It's like, and it sounds simple. It's like, well, that's 10 extra guitars. The problem is, oh, well, I want a fixed bridge. Oh, I want, a 510. I want a Kiesel trim. I want a Floyd Rose. And you start looking at all those. Well, I want it with 3 single coils. Or I want HSS. I want it with a top, without a top. That one scale length change is going to add like 50 programs to our CNC. That's what happens. And it's like, I can't make 50 custom programs at hours and hours a piece in a year to sell 10 guitars. It doesn't make sense. It's just, we've got to focus our attention on the right areas.
You got another question from Cameron. The guy I was telling you is that one of Flock's customers asking, can you paint the body when doing a reverse Cali finish?
A reverse Cali, can you paint the body? So what you could do is if you had, grab this one right here. So a reverse Cali, for those of you guys that don't know, it means the center is painted and the outside is natural. So what we could do is we could have a masking line here. And so then your binding and your top are going to be natural until the reverse Cali starts. And then we could paint the body something else. So we could, if you wanted, we could do like a Cali burst on the body. So you go reverse, natural, Cali, natural. That's what I would recommend. Of course, we could paint the whole entire back, whatever color you want. But the answer is yes, we can do that. I don't know that we've ever done that. It's actually a really cool thing. I should try putting in a build. In fact, I'm going to take one of these tops, and I'm going to do that with one of these tops. So I'm taking one of these tops. This one's gone. It's not available. Actually, yeah, I'm taking this one. This one's probably a little nicer for you guys. I'll leave you guys a little nicer one. But I just took this top. I am going to do, so you guys are going to watch me put a build in. Will I sell it? I don't know. Okay. Get all my specs in here. Okay, so we got an O26 fixed bridge. We're going to do a R Cali top with TQB. We're going to do BBEB. Then we're going to do a Cali TQB rear over a I'm going to go just regular ash, and I'm going to say no DTS. I'm going to do a BMF, bird's eye maple fretboard, with, I'm going to go staggered offset rings in abalone, STJF, stainless steel jumbo frets. I'm actually going to put on our THKN, our thicker neck profile. I'm going to do an R12 fingerboard on it, radius. I'm going to do a 24 3/4 scale, because I don't even have a 24 3/4. Oh, I do have a Leia. I don't think it's a 24 3/4 my Leia, though. I don't remember it being a 24 3/4. So I'm going to do a 24 3/4. I'm going to do clear gloss. I will put chrome covered pickups. I'm going to go with a KBN beryllium neck, and I'm going to go with a Illusionist PIB bridge, Lee McKinney's signature pickup. And then I'm going to do tone control delete, TCD. I'll leave just the volume in the upper spot, kind of go less traditional than I normally like. And then a logo, I'm going to go drop shadow logo silver. And I already said clear gloss, right? Yep. So there's my build. I just put my specs in. That's what I'm getting.
This means we're doing a double cut 24 3/4.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I guess so. There you go. You got your, damn. You guys just got something. Wow, Tim's he's going to love me. Yeah, I guess so.
Victoria, who was asking, now's your chance.
Yeah, I can't go back now. Neck, though, I didn't pick a neck. I'm just going to do an RMN, just a regular roasted maple neck. Yeah, so there's my build.
Yeah, Victoria says I want it.
All right. Anybody want that other one, just like mine, a duplicate build? Either Zeus or Osiris. Anybody? Free top.
Cameron just said maybe I should get a matching O2.
Dude, let's do it. You can change the radius and stuff if you don't want that, or the thicker neck. I get it. My hands hurt pretty bad. So I find thicker necks, my hands cramp up less. The more I squeeze them together, the more pain I actually have. It has nothing to do with our necks. It just has to do with, I can't play video games even for more than what do I play sometimes with you, Zach, like 10 minutes, and I'm like, I got to stop. I used to be able to go a couple hours, but my hands are just getting so bad these days. Thank God for the ice plunge and Advil, though. Without those, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Okay, so what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 tops left. We started with 32, right? So we've done 18 tops, but technically one is not sold. That means we've sold 17 tops. Guys, how many did I say we would sell?
17.
Okay. You can't count mine because I'm not paying for the guitar. I'm just taking it home. All right. So I think at this point, we can do a few more questions. I'm going to start a timer. What time do we got? So we've been live for almost 2 hours. Aw, that's awesome. So Mark Akubo is coming down to the house. He's going to come stay with me next week. We're going to have him as a special guest on the live next Wednesday, so I'm announcing that early. It's going to be amazing. I love Mark. I haven't spent any time with Mark in forever, and I miss that dude. So he just sent me a message just now. I'm setting my timer, though. Let's go 8 minutes. So we're going to go 8 minutes, and if we don't get another top, we're going to end the live right at 2 o'clock. It's been a lot of fun, though. I hope you got another fucking earthquake.
No, it's the door, bro.
I don't know.
No,
It's the door.
That's not the door, dude. We had a good sized earthquake yesterday, and what the irony was, we were with our friends in Costa Rica, and they're from Tennessee. They were talking about, oh, you guys have earthquakes, and those scare me more than tornadoes. I'm like, tornadoes, like your whole house is gone. Like earthquakes, they can be really scary. And I was like, I haven't even felt an earthquake in like 10 years. Like when they happen, I don't even know. We get home on Sunday, and then yesterday, one day later, we had a pretty big earthquake. And I'm standing there with Jeremy and Anthony, and we're like having a conversation, and we all looked at each other. We all like turned white, like lost our pigment. We're like, do we go outside? What do we do? It's been so long.
I was watching the guitars on the hangers first.
Oh, were they swinging?
No.
Oh, okay.
One time we had it here where the guitars were swinging pretty good. I was trying to judge how bad were the guitars swinging on the wall.
Yeah.
Because if I want to grab like one of these.
Oh, sure.
I had stuff fall off my wall when I got home.
Oh, I believe
There
it.
was a few things just on the floor.
Yeah, it was a
Same.
decent sized one. It was uncomfortable. I'll put it to you like that. Okay, questions, Brandon? We got anything? Anybody want to see anything? Last call here to grab one of these awesome tops, see something. If we get another top sold, I'll extend the timer 5 minutes, and I'll keep going 5 minutes. We got this bottom row here, all free. This beautiful poplar burl top. Pair of those. Someone can get a matching one to mine, whether it's a Zeus or an Osiris. And you don't have to get whatever you want, but if you wanted to do a matching one, we could do like a pair, like a twin build.
Mark Meyer is asking what headless models would fit the sister top to the one you just put in.
So the headless models that are going to fit it, you're going to have a Holdsworth, a Leia. It's going to have an Osiris, which is what I just did, and then a Zeus. And then we're going to pretty much stop right there because the Tim Miller, it will not fit, and it's not going to fit any of our extreme shapes. And it won't fit an HD either. The HD is quite a bit wider. The HD is one of our larger headless guitars to kind of bridge that gap between headless and non-headless, just so you could kind of get used to it. So you have those 4 choices.
Christian is asking which top would be best for an A2.
Ooh, an A2, it really depends on what look you're going for. I would love to see somebody grab this top. I think this would be really cool, especially doing like a candy with it. We talked at one point about maybe an orange candy, a green candy. That top would look amazing. Like you take that A2, that's pretty epic right there. You get that okay, Zach? Okay. Of course, the Spalt, I mean, that's just next level, but not everybody's into Spalt. These Poplar tops here, these look great. Free tops at the moment with Joe Brooks. I think they look a little better on a headless just because pushed in together, there's more burls per like surface area. The Black Limba could look really cool. Again, a free top. Yeah, that's a cool one.
Craig is asking, any chance I could see a Kira with the Spalt?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think a Kira would be pretty devastating, honestly. Like, there's just something about single cut guitars. I have so many single cut guitars. It's pretty crazy. Right there. That's exactly how I would do it. I love, let's see if I can hold it, and I love this look right between the pickups. Love just this uniform look down here. If you did like a fixed bridge, this is gonna pop out underneath there, look really cool. All the mapping almost looks like a old vintage world map. That's why I'd recommend probably a satin finish on it. I think that would look really, really cool. You get the black 3-piece body with the mahogany body. You're gonna really have a sexy guitar.
Have you ever considered doing a headless telly style?
I mean, I think it would be cool, but it hasn't really come up. I mean, we do have 2 single cuts already. We have our Leia, and then you know, we have the Zeus. And then McRocklin has his signature model too with us. So, and then I guess Devon's too, the Holdsworth. You know, those are single cuts too. So we have quite a few single cut headless guitars.
I just got a top from Chris.
Okay.
He says, Chris Goodwin, ZA6 wants Jeff to pick between the free quilt or poplar with either natural or trans black burst.
Trans black burst this one all the way. Yeah, I would do that with a trans black burst. I think that would look really cool. Could do like I would do a Cali and do a trans black Cali is what I would do with this. I think that would look super cool.
I think that means he's locked in.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Isn't it a ZA?
Yeah, I don't have the ZA though. Oh, yeah, I have to move it. Yeah, if it is a ZA, it's not a Z2, a ZA.
ZA, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that template, and I wouldn't actually do this one because it's going to cut a hole right where all the poplar is, where if we do this one, I would still do this, and we cut a hole right where this is. I think that's okay because you still get all your quilting. I would change to this one. Yeah, sorry. Thanks, Zach. I don't have the template here. I have it in my office. So ZA, and then who was this for?
Chris Goodwin.
Chris Goodwin. Ooh, free shirt. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to grab this one and lay this out later. And I have to also see if it'll fit with a Zeus. It might not, because I don't remember it fitting with the Zeus before. Now that I say that, I don't think it'll fit. The ZA is so much smaller, or the Z2 is so much smaller. I don't think we can do that one. So we may be back to this one. So I actually do need that template. It's on my shelf in there. I moved it with my discontinued models this morning, not remembering about the Zeus acoustic being different. I'll put that aside for now.
No idea.
I think so. It's probably where he went. Or he went to the back to grab it, maybe. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to fit. Okay, stop. And then let me set this for 5 minutes. So, because it sounds like this top is sold, so I'm going to start my timer for 5 minutes. So we're going to go live another 5 minutes. And if we sell another top, I'll just keep extending it. Hopefully Zach is here in time. Looks like Jesse went to go help him. What kind of burrito did you get, Flock?
Cali.
A Cali, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got rolled tacos.
It looks good.
Dude, they were so good. That place is good for rolled tacos.
So consistent.
Yeah. Super cool. And then this body, this has the K-Series arm cut. We did a lot of prototyping to get the most comfortable. And it's funny, we're like rotating it and rotating it and rotating it. We keep rotating this arm cutaway. And we ended up with the identical angle and the identical rotation as our K-Series. And we just started laughing. It's like here, this was set in 2014, and it's the most comfortable for all of us. And it just gets really thin, you know, down there, and it's just a really neat look, you know, for our most popular model. Just giving you guys options, right? And I get it, it's not a new model, which that's not what we're trying to say. It just gives you a whole new, fresh look and gives somebody something that they might not like bevels. Just because I like bevels and I love beveling stuff doesn't mean that everybody else does.
When you're watching a TV show and it hits you what the conclusion it will be and you say it out loud, does your wife bash your head?
Did you find the template or not look for it?
No, it's not in your office.
I moved it with my discontinued ones. No? Okay, well, I need one because I don't know if this top will fit. It went from, it'd be nice to lay it out, to while you were gone, to I have to have it because I don't know if it'll truly fit.
I can talk to Ed.
Yeah, you'll have to get one, sorry. Yeah, when you first walked away, it was like, oh, it would be cool.
Brian McCarthy says thanks for the saber.
Oh yeah, cool.
We're gonna now do a. I'm gonna do a moss screen back inside for him.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Because he's like, I just want the candy to roll around, or the saber, excuse me. I said, well, can't do that, but I could do a moss for a little extra. He's like, put me in.
Cool.
Be sick.
Can I appoint the wide flame maple top with my order?
Can he appoint, so we're wanting the quilt or the, what are we wanting here? Because I don't see a wide flame.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
They're asking about an existing order.
Yeah, if you have an existing order, you can't claim one of these tops for an order that's already been placed. We don't allow any order changes, which would include grabbing a top from this to put on an order you've previously made. You may have missed that at the beginning. I went over that right when we started, but shoot, we've been live for over 2 hours, so I don't expect you to be standing here watching me for 2 hours. These guys have a hard enough time with it, let alone you guys, and they're getting paid. So my wife does not do that, but like I'm pretty good about not, I might blurt out what I think is going to happen, but I will never blurt out what does happen. Yeah, she would get pissed. I get pissed. Like sometimes I got to call my dad out. Sometimes like I'm talking about the F1 race and I'm like, yeah, I haven't watched it. Oh, okay. And then he was like, oh, it's pretty cool to see like Hamilton get the fastest lap in the race. I'm like, dude, I just got done telling you I haven't seen the race and I don't want to know, Dad. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, let's change the subject. Yeah, it doesn't fit. Sorry. Yeah, I kind of remember this from before. It's hanging over here, so I can't actually do the ZA on this one. So, Chris, did you want to go back and use this poplar? Were you flexible on things? What did you want to do? I think, you know, obviously this top would still be cool. We could do like a quilt like this.
I'm texting Hong right now.
I can hold this up. The biggest problem I see with this is if I put this kind of in the sweet spot, you're going to have a couple of burls, but the main burl cluster is going to be, you know, kind of gone with the sound hole. So if I push it up, it's going to be all down at the bottom. And I mean, I'm not a massive fan of that. I'll do whatever you want. I think here would be the best, and just trying to line that cluster up with the sound hole so that the sound hole would be kind of encapsulated with some burls. I'll do the best I can for that. That would be my recommendation.
He commented on here and says he's flexible.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll do that then. I'll switch this over. And with that, I mean, we are basically at an end here. If somebody wanted something while I'm doing this, they could call in and grab something. If not, man, it's been fun. All right, let me map this one out here. I really like how the red looks on the maples and the lighter colored woods. I think it actually helps see it.
Chris Hong is asking for a code.
Code on that is TTPB2. TTPB2. And there's a free t-shirt on it, and this is a no-charge top. Joe Brooks, you'll have to hit him up to get payment on that, or Joe will have to call in to pay for that one. Should I make Joe pay for my top too? That's a $100 top. Just kidding, Joe. Okay, now, so this one we thought was gone. This one is not gone. So if somebody was like, man, I should have got a matching build to Jeff's, if you want that, you can call in and grab this one. No charge on the top. And then, of course, we can spec it out the same way, changing a few options. Show this off one last time for anybody that logged in late, just to see the new rounded body option. This is not something we've announced yet. Even the guys in the marketing department were like, hey, let's wait. I'm like, I don't want to wait. This thing's cool. I want to show it off. And we actually sold one today for one of the tops. It's got this cool look that you would have to put as an option, right? You would get rear natural clear binding effect and then some sort of a top with a paint job on it. But the idea is we want people to be able to see that maple binding look from the front, or in this case, poplar burl binding, and giving you a very comfortable arm cutaway and having that small inner horn bevel for the access and a little bit aesthetic. It still has that modern look, but yet is so classy. And I love how this guitar came out with the rounded body. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun. Maybe you learned something, or maybe we just passed the time together, but that's all good. We had Jesse in here, Flock, Brandon, and Zach, and then everybody kind of took turns coming in grabbing tops. So it looks like we ended with, we do 18 tops then? I think it was 18, because there was one after mine. I took one, so that's 19, but we're not going to count that one. Who guessed 18? Was that you, Jesse?
No.
You went down 16, right?
Up to 21.
21. You guessed 18. Nice. Yeah, Zach wrote the $100 thing. That's Zach to pay, not me.
Yeah, Zach's paying out. On that.
Yeah, I didn't write that.
It says Jeff Kiesel on it.
Yeah, it says Jet Kiesel. Jeft.
Yeah,
J-E-F-T.
Jeff.
Well,
Kiesel.
I didn't say I was doing $100. Zach just decided to do the contest this time.
Chelsea needs to find Jeff.
Yeah, come on, Zach. Zach's gonna pay out that award there. Brandon, what top out of what's left are you the most shocked that didn't sell? All of you guys.
I'm still saying that spalted burled K-top.
Yeah, same. That thing's nuts.
Zach?
Looks like a Lord of the Rings map.
Number 2.
This guy right here? I guess I'm most shocked on the spalt as well, but the best deal was the Pale Moon. The best deal was Pale Moon. So they're both like pretty shocking that they didn't sell, especially with the popularity of Pale Moon lately. Like it's been, like we went through this big time where, I mean, we were doing Pale Moon tops all the time, and then it kind of went away, and then now I feel like it's coming back. We're seeing more guitars with Pale Moon ebony, fingerboards, and tops. Yeah. So type in the comments which top you would have liked to get. And thanks again for watching and being part of what we do. Thank you for keeping us so busy. It's pretty awesome here. Thank you, guys.